I'm Carly Lane. I am interviewing Sue Redding. So, how long have you been in the real estate business?
I've been in the real estate business for over 25 years.
Oh, wow. So, is real estate your full-time job?
It is not any longer, no.
Mm-hmm. So part-time?
I've got the luxury of working my business the way you want to work your business. I choose to just go by referrals, so when referrals come in, I work.
Oh, awesome. And how do you create a client base?
You know, your client base is usually based on the people you've met, the people you're going to meet, and by your marketing. And so you always start with your inner circle, which is those that are close to you, that know you, that would love you and refer you. And then from there you go out and you start building your database from those that you meet.
Okay. And what is the average sales price of homes you sell?
In today's market, the average price is anywhere from $475 to $525.
Okay. And on average, about how long does it take you to sell a home?
If you've listed a home in today's market, not very long. We're very fortunate. But realistically, you should tell your clients that it could be anywhere 45 to 60 days to even close an escrow from day one to closing. It depends on the market. If you're in the right location, it could be, minimum days. A lot of people are buying cash today and wanting to close sooner to have the upper hand in winning an offer.
Okay. And is training available for new agents?
Absolutely. And I think that's something that I always advise new agents to look for before they make a decision to what agency they're going to go to, is their mentorship program, is their training, is it more hands-on than just online? Because even back in 25 years ago, they'd give you a video and say, here, watch this video and just do what it says. Today, there's so many opportunities for mentorship and to being on a team to get the true hands-on training. So there is definitely opportunities
That's
like
awesome.
that.
Okay, and what fees are required?
Fees depend. You can go to an agency that says you get 100% commission. Well, what that means is you're going to pay them some kind of fee to get that 100% commission. But beware, they usually do not have the training, because the more commission you split, the more training you're going to have an opportunity to get. And it's up to you to pursue that and make sure that you get what you're paying for.
Yeah. And how are commissions split among agents?
So you have your broker, and the broker will take a percentage. So if you sell a home for $300,000, and for number purposes, you on a split of 70-30, which is very normal for new agents to get. The broker's going to get 30% of that, and of the $300,000, you're going to get 70% of that. Out of that, you also need to pay, part of your fees to be part of that agency, and that's your errors and omission, and perhaps a coordinator to work with your files, or perhaps your mentor. You may also, out of that 70%, need to pay a mentorship, which is anywhere from 10 to 15% of that. So your first years are less in commission, but you're getting training. It's like going to school and paying for it.
And are agents required to work in the office at set times?
If you're mentoring, you're going to need to work along with what that agent is working. We are self-employed. We are employees of a broker, but we set our own business. And so, no, you don't have to. Some offices still offer desk time for you to get the incoming calls. So then, yes, then you would need to have a schedule. But as a rule, many people go into this business so they can set their own schedule.
Work at their own pace.
Exactly.
And does the agency have a website?
An agent should always have a website, and the brokerage you choose to go to, that's something very important to look at. If you go to brokerages that pay more commission, so if you're going to go like on a 90% or even 100%, they're not going to have a website available for you to personalize. Not all of them, but that's something you should look at, because if your broker doesn't have a website, you're going to have to pay for one, and you're not going to get the exposure that you're going to need through the multiple listing services.
Okay. And how do agents obtain property listings?
Work a lot of hours. Referrals. You start talking to neighbors, to, letting them know you're an agent. And when you really want to, you start putting out postcards or walking the neighborhoods, knocking on the door and introducing yourself. A lot more is done more social through Facebook, Instagram, and things like that. So it's exposing yourself as a real estate agent, as somebody that is working. It's very difficult to get listings if you're not working full-time or have great knowledge of the business to make the sellers feel comfortable.
So word of mouth, definitely.
Definitely word of mouth.
Yeah. And what do you think about the future outlook of the real estate profession?
Real estate profession is always going to be there. We may not be as needed by the sellers or buyers because of so much web experience and web sales. But people still always want to talk to that human being to get a confidence that they're making the right decision instead of just doing everything on the web. So we may turn to possibly be more consultants than salespeople, but I don't see that in the immediate near future. I think we're still working very closely with the buyers and sellers, and they're being more educated on their own by going on the websites. But they still, again, want the confidence to have somebody help them dot those I's and cross the T's.
Has your back.
Yes.
Working with you. Yeah.
Yes. And know the laws. It's very sad to say that, many clients will get themselves into trouble because they're trying to save $500 where in fact, they're trying to sell it on their own. They get in more trouble by not knowing the laws or the inspections required or disclosures, and that's the magic word, the disclosures that are needed from the sellers and the buyers. And as you will know, a buyer never pays for the services. It's a free service to them, and so that's always something you want to educate your buyers on. And again, that's going to be the future, is still education to the client.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. I really appreciate it.
Well, I hope this has helped you, and good luck on your future.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
Yay.